Welcome back to another one of Rick's projects. I figured from this point on, the plan he has for it is going to be amazing. Now, you all, if you don't, there is a video for it, the airplanes he just made. Well, he has a reserved one, I think he feels is his favorite. And what's he going to do is this is going to be a jewelry chest, and these are going to be doors, and he's going to put the plane on here, but around here he's going to make a little fence so the plane can't roll off. Now this is trim he's cut from just pieces of wood that he cut, and you wouldn't have seen it anyway because of the saws, but at this point now you can start seeing it. I'm not sure what this piece is destined to do. I don't think it's destined to be up here, unless he plans to build his little fence behind it. I don't know. He just has it sitting up here. But using these pieces that I've explained to you before and other ones of his videos, he was able to mark the whole, he was able to mark and drill the holes for putting these little things in to connect two pieces of wood. And so then once he had these holes drilled, he put these in it, gently put it on his base, got it lined up to where he wanted to be, and then using a wooden hammer so he wouldn't dent the wood, he pounded on it to make it go down to imprint the spot on here where he wanted the hole to be drilled, so they would match up there like that, half in here and half down here. He did the same process up here, and now he just needs, when he's ready, this is not glued to this yet, and this is not glued to this yet. This is just, there are three moving pieces here. So he's gonna, I would assume, glue this next, and then he will imprint this, drill it, put his little, what are they called here? They're called, I don't know, it's not on the cover. But then he'll put them in here, and then he'll glue this on, and I would think he would start working on his drawers. No, I got it backwards. He'll take this off after he gets these positioning dowels in place, work on his drawers, and so he can get inside here to get the tracks. The drawers will follow to go in and out, get the drawers built. That way he can get inside. Then he'll put this on. So we're going to watch his progress from this point on, because this point on is where it gets really, really interesting and informative. I also need to show you how cool this base is. I don't know if you can tell, but this is a piece here, and this side angles back, this side angles back, and then they both angle to the front and the back. The other side mirrors this, and these joints are just perfect. There's no gaps, there's no seams. It was a very tight-fitting process when I helped him glue this and clamp it. It was quite the process. So we're going to follow along from this point on and watch the finishing, the finishing of the creation of this, and then the finished product. I hope you'll stay tuned. I don't know if you can tell, but this is a piece here, and this side angles back, this side angles back, and then they both angle to the front and the back. The other side mirrors this, and these joints are just perfect. There's no gaps, there's no seams. It was a very tight-fitting process when I helped him glue this and clamp it. It was quite the process. So we're going to follow along from this point on and watch the finishing, the finishing of the creation of this, and then the finished product. I hope you stay tuned. So I just wanted to point out that these are the locating pegs that I was telling you about, that's drilled inside here, and it'll be on the underside of here is where the matching hole will be, is drilled. Now these here, these four things here, are the inside of these drawers. He's got, he cut, this is what this wood looks like minus this. So then he measured and shaved these guides for the drawers and glued them in here. Now the drawers will have grooves like this on the sides, and they'll fit like that, and they'll guide the drawer, just like what you see on drawers on most everything you buy. If they don't have the little tracking devices underneath them, they have this system. So he's got four, so he's got two for each drawer. I'll show you the saw blade that he used to cut these. Now this is how he cut the grooves in the drawer sides. This is called a dado blade. It's two blades with a spacer in between them, put on the shaft of the motor. And then he has his fence, and then he made a wood fence and clamped it on so that each one would be positioned exactly like the other one, so that they're all identical. And I don't know how it cuts a solid groove like that with a gap in the middle, but it does. So that's the blade, the setup that he uses when he cuts the dados. This is what it looks like with all these holes drilled. Now these around the perimeter is what matches the holes on here. And these holes here are what matches the drawer with the drawer slides, because these will go stand up in here, and then the drawer will come in and it'll guide along these, because the sides of the drawers will have grooves that match it, dados that will match this and keep it straight. But I wanted to show you what this looks like here. Now you can see right here, these holes are what match the perimeter. And this is the top part. This will be the bottom part. We're going to glue this onto here. I'm going to help him. And then these will be sticking up, and the plate to cover that is right here. And it has these holes drilled in it. And these is what will anchor the pieces together once it's fully glued. That way nothing falls apart. If the glue ages and separates for some unknown reason, it's still going to hold it in place because of these little dowels. Okay, the dowels have been glued into the bottom platform, and now he's putting the glue on and making sure there's glue that will go down in these dowel holes. So dowels will be glued from both sides, as well as the body to the base. All right, the body is glued to the base. You can see it's clamped, and it's clamped so tight that excess glue now has to be wiped away. You can see it on the inside and the outside, and it will be clean. Once that is done, then this process will be repeated, and we will put the drawer guides in there and get them clamped in and glued up. So as you can see, the drawer guides are in there, and everything is clamped and secured. And now tomorrow he'll come down and take all the clamps off, and then he can work on making the drawers. But everything is well, he's got to clean up glue Oh, he's got to put the top on too yet. And then but tonight he's got to clean up the glue runs, and excess glue has to get wiped off before it gets solid. Then tomorrow he'll put the top on, and then he'll work on the drawers. This piece of wood right here, he told me this is his drawer fronts. So I don't know where the drawer sides are. So till tomorrow, we're done for the night. So as you can see, the top is now glued and clamped on. The part he's working on now is putting the finishing trim on the bottom. Now he started out with this part here that was sitting on the top when we started this video, and he cuts it, he measures, and then he cuts it to the desired length. So he's got these 3 pieces glued on, and you can see it's very nicely done. This here piece is still loose. Now let me show you the other end without being glued down. Okay, you can see this piece he still needs to measure and cut, but this one and this one and this one are, I'm probably hopefully not going to mess things up, are all still loose. So he'll do final fittings to make sure everything is perfect. If it's not perfect, he'll do some kind of adjustment, whether it be sanding or a minute trim of the wood, whatever it takes. He'll have it fitting perfectly, like this up here is. That will look the same. Well, that end is got the trim all glued on, and now this end has got the trim gluing on. He has the trim for up under here cut, and that what this piece is. See how it looks? It's going to go up underneath there like that. These pieces are going to be the sides of the drawers. If he's got any dados cut in it or anything, that's all I know is these will be the sides of the drawers. And I think this grain is beautiful. I love this dark grain. It's just gorgeous.